Hello and welcome to episode 175 in the Datapack tutorial series version 1.2 1.4. Today we're making a disarming taser, and it's going to be disorientating as well. This is from a request by firegod. So could you make a taser? Now to be fair, I've sort of more made a laser. Ignore the sounds, I just use vanilla ones. It's a bee. Okay, we've got a little cooldown on it so we can't spam it. Alright, Minion, those are some nice wall blocks you've got there. Yes. It's a shame if you dropped them. Oh dear, what a shame. Yeah, you've picked them back up again. Nope. Drop it. Drop it. And Minion is also getting nausea. Go on, you have a go. You go on. You have a go at me. That's it. Shoot me. Ooh, I get blindness and nausea. Should I pick something up? There we go. I've got... Go on then, do it again. Okay. So, that's what we're going to... Can I have that back, actually? Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, we better clear that. So that's what we're going to be making, thanks to a request from firegod. So, let's get on and build it now. Now, I just left the item looking like an emerald. If you want to make it look a bit different, give it a different texture, you can check out episode 139, which is using item model. Link in the description. And if you want to give the item using give command, loot command, summon command, or a recipe, you can check out episode 80, which is linked in the description. I'm just going to do a give function to make this a bit quicker. Ramble, 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 he says, making it quicker. And I'm just waffling on. Let's go and have a look at the Datapack. Okay. So we have an advancement, right-click taser, and then inside function taser, we have our functions, and we're going to use the load and a tick as well. I think what we'll do is we'll start with load, because that's a nice little easy one. We want something to store the distance the raycast is going to go. Maybe we'll use it for other values as well. We won't, but we could do. We'll of course call it value. There we go, and I'm going to copy that, because we're going to have a cooldown as well, and we'll actually call that cooldown. There we go. If we don't put a cooldown on it, then you could just spam the player and there's nothing they could ever do again, because they can't hold anything. That's no fun. Okay, let's do the give. There's not much we can do unless we actually have the item. So let's give at S an emerald. Let's open that up. We need to give it some custom data. Minecraft custom data equals... we will say taser true. You are a taser. We need to be able to right click it, so we need food. Minecraft food equals. I don't want it to give them any nutrition. I don't want it to give them any saturation. I want them to always be able to eat it, so they can always right click. And then how long does it take to eat? For that we need the consumable component. Consumable. And that will equal each time in seconds? No, consume. Consume seconds. There we go. Let's set it to something stupidly high. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's say 1 million. There we go. Okay, now we can test that. Let's do a reload. Let's do function. Functin. Let's do the give. Got it. Data gets entity. Myself. My selected item. Okay, that looks all right. Yeah, cool. Okay, so the only important thing, well, let's say we've only got the important stuff. We've got the edible and the consume, or the food and the consume, so we can right click it and check for that with the advancement. And we've got the taser custom data. We haven't given it an item name or anything like that. We've done that so many times. Okay, that's give done. I think it makes sense to check if we're right-clicking it. So let's do the advancement, right-click taser. Let's pop over to Misode. Advancements, yes please. I'm in 1.2, 1.4. And we are going to do, what should we call? We'll call it right-click taser. Why not? There we go. Let's add that. Trigger. Trigger is going to be using an item, because when I try to eat it, that's going to be considered using it. Conditions, player. Let's put that as an object, and I want to check their equipment. I would like to check their main hand is holding an item, but I don't care what item it is. I don't care how many there are. I just want to check the custom data on it. So predicates, custom data, and I think let's go in here. Is it object or strict? Object, I think. Object. And I want to check taser. Add that. And I set it to a boolean and I'm going to say true. Now, hopefully, I keep getting these wrong and having to change them. And I promised Gal Sergey I'll remember eventually. I think I got that right. And if they do use an item that has taser true, we will reward them with a function. We'll just put our placeholder in there and copy that. And we'll put that in there. And like I normally do, the function it's going to run, I've given the same name as the advancement. So right-click taser function. So if the player is using an item and in their main hand, the item has taser true as custom data, we will run the function right-click taser. Okay. Let's go off to right-click taser, revoke the advancement, revoke for the player, only start typing my namespace, ID, right-click taser, and let's just say, bzzzt. Let's go and test it. Reload. Bzzzt, 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 bzzzt. Okay. That's when I'm right-clicking, by the way. Obviously, you can't see me right-clicking, so when I right-click, bzzzt, bzzzt. Let's go back. That works. Let's exit if we're on a cooldown, though. We don't want them to be able to spam it. So we'll check a cooldown score. We will execute if score for the player. This is a player that's been granted the advancement. Cooldown matches 1 or higher. Then run, return, fail. Exit this function. Do not continue any further. If they're not on cooldown, then we'll set their cooldown. Scoreboard players set. The player who's granted the advancement, their cooldown, and you can set it to whatever you like. Let's set it for 3 seconds. Okay, save. And here let's do say bzzzt again. Let's test that. Reload. Now, if I keep my finger on the right button, 1. Oh, it's never running again. Okay, we must have made a mistake somewhere. Let's see if we've still got the advancement. Advancement, revoke, remove, revoke, please. Add S, only, ID, YT. I don't have the advancement. Okay, so what's happening? Well, we've set a cooldown, and the cooldown's not going down. Scoreboard, objectives. Set display on the sidebar, cooldown. My cooldown's 60. Right, so we better decrement the cooldown. Okay, so we'll do that in a minute. Well, no, we'll do it in a minute. We'll finish this function, then we'll do the cooldown. Let's set the raycast's max distance. Scoreboard, players set. We need a fake player. Let's call them ray distance because why not? And we'll set that value to 64. The higher the value, the further the raycast will go. Let's play the buzzed sound. Play sound. It's a B dot B death. That'll do. Now let's use the namespace. Let's be good. Minecraft B death. We'll put it on the player channel for all players. Normal volume, but we'll raise up the pitch and minimum volume is 0, and we'll start the raycast. Execute. Anchored eyes, because I want the raycast to come out my eyes. I don't want it coming out my feet because that's just strange. Feet is the default position. Positioned a little bit in front of the player, a little bit in front. Run function raycast. Save. Okay, so we've got a buzz buzz sound, but we can't do anything at the moment. Let's go back here. Let's do a reload. let's do scoreboard, players, reset, myself, my cooldown. Okay, let's try right clicking. Yep, it right clicked once. I didn't hear the sound though. And the cooldown is set. Let's decrement that cooldown. Let's do the tick function. Ah, I've made a mistake in the sound command, haven't I? I've not said where it's playing it. There we go. Let's finish off this function so it's working first. Let's go back and test that. It's always those little silly mistakes. Always is. Reset the cooldown. Let's fire it. Cool. Okay. Cool. Cooldown. Right. That's done. Let's go off to tick. We need to decrement the cooldown. Okay, so scoreboard. Any players. Remove. Who's got a cooldown? Who's got a cooldown? Scores equals. Cooldown equals 1 or higher. Remove 1 from their cooldown. Remove. We'll have to say cooldown. Okay. Yeah, well, we should be able to test that pretty easily because we'll go back in and our cooldown score on the side that I just pointed to, IRL, which you obviously can't see, so I don't know why I did that, should go down. Yeah, it's going down. Okay, so now we should be able to hold our finger down. Ooh. And when it gets to 0, we can fire it again. Okay, we've got a very simple cooldown. Right, now we need to do a raycast. Let's get into this view as well. It's only a taser. I even let you tase me in the intro. Right, let's raycast. Decrement the distance check. Okay. Scoreboard. Players. Remove from ray distance value of 1. This is just so the raycast doesn't go flying off forever. We don't want that. It's not an unlimited range taser. And this is controlled by where we set it to 64. As I said, higher, the raycast will go further. We can do a demonstration of that in a minute. Now we want to find a player. We'll do that last. Let's do particle. Particle, I think I used the crit particle. Is it crit? Yeah. And I'll just play it at the raycast. And now we'll loop. So we will execute if score ray distance value matches 1 or higher and positioned a little bit further forward, not 0.1. So we're going to move forward each time and then we will run the function. I should just be able to type this, or we could just say raycast. Save. Okay, so we're going to send the beam out, a little bit of a particle, and then we're going to loop if there's still some distance. Okay, I think we've got something we can check there. So let's do a reload. Oh, there we go. Now that cooldown's going to get annoying for testing, so let's go and reduce that cooldown to sort of 10, just to stop me spamming it. There we go. Let's reduce that cooldown. Okay, so we can see, there we go, it's not going very far. Now we can do a quick demonstration. If we want it to go further, we can just change the number here. There we go, now it's going further. Okay, but we've got a problem. We can literally fire it through walls. Let's stop that happening first. So let's go to raycast, execute if store ray, so it's still got some distance to travel. We've moved forward a little bit, so let's check to make sure the block is air. If block is Minecraft air, then run. Let's save that. Let's go back. Let's do a reload. Okay, so that's good. Can I fire it through the wall? No. We can see it's not going any further than the wall. Okay, that's good as well. Right, what do we want to do next? Right, we need to be able to hit the player. So simplest, we could just say execute as any player whose distance equals less than 1, run, say, ouch. Now, as we go through, we can see where the raycast is because we've given it those particles. And any player that's in a distance of 1 of those particles is going to say ouch. Now, this isn't very good because this is measuring from right down in the middle of the feet. In fact, you can see the minion, come forward a little bit so we can see your shadow. So it's in the center of that shadow, I believe, right down at the feet. So if I shoot minion in the head, I'm going to tase you in the head, minion, if that's all right. We don't get anything. If I shoot minion down in the feet, we do. And we've got lots. Okay, so let's fix this first problem. Look at all these ouches. Let's fix that. Let's go back and say execute as. Let's not do run, say ouch. Let's do run, return, run. So what it's going to do now is going to say ouch and then leave this function. And it's not going to call the function again. So it's going to stop. Okay, so that's a good fix. Let's do a reload. Shoot minion in the head. Nothing. Down by the feet, we get 1 ouch. But we could shoot over here as well, probably. Yeah, look, we're not even anywhere near minion. This is not what we want to be doing. We want to check if we're in the hitbox. Now, yes, I could shoot them just on the top of their head and it would miss. But we want to be checking if they're in the hitbox. So there's a nice little nifty trick. Instead of checking as distance less than 1, we will check as any player whose dx equals 0. Then we will do positioned 1, 2, 3, and we'll say minus 0.99 minus 0.99 minus 0.99, and we will say if entity at s dx equals 0, run, return, say ouch. And I also want to run this command at the player. We're going to use that in the next function, so I'm just going to put an at s on there as well. Okay, so now we're sort of doing one check, then moving where we're checking and checking again. But let's see what the result is. And the result is I can probably get pretty close. There we go. So we're firing all the way around the hitbox and we're not getting an ouch. But as soon as we start hitting the hitbox, there's one. What about on the left? Yeah. The right? Yeah. Feet? Yeah. Okay, so that's much more accurate. Instead of doing this silly distance check, are we near their feet? Now we're actually getting their hitbox, which is much cooler. Oh, how close can we get? Oh, it's pretty accurate. Okay, so that's a nifty little trick for hitbox detecting with raycasting. Right, obviously we don't want to just say ouch. It's fun, but useless. So let's, instead of saying ouch, we will run the function run, return, run, function, hit player. Save. Now obviously in hit player we could just go say oi, and we're going to have exactly the same effect. Oi, there we go. Ooh, oi, sort of saying there. Right, but that's pretty useless as well. Okay, so let's do the simple stuff. Let's give them a couple of effects. Effect, give s nausea, let's say for 5 seconds. If you do it too low, it doesn't actually really take effect, and it's amplifier of 10 will do. Yeah, we want to hide the particles. Effect, give at s blindness. Obviously you can add anything you want in here. We don't want infinite, that's just cruel. 5, 1, true. Well, yeah, let's give levitation as well. Why not? Effect, give at s levitation 1 second, 0 amplifier, true. Okay, save. Let's go back, reload. You ready? Ooh, up you go. Ooh, okay, so I can see on my other monitor that they are getting blindness and stuff. In fact, easy way to check. Look, Minion, you shoot me. Go on. This is very fair, this episode. You're allowed to shoot me back. There we go. So I'm levitating, blindness, or a little bit of nausea there. Just a tiny bit. See, nausea level is so low. You'd probably want to set it higher. I don't know. Maybe set it something like 10. Right. So anyway, that's them done. Let's make them drop the items. Now, the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to summon a dummy item in front of them. Then I'm going to copy the data from the player's hand onto the dummy item. And then I'm going to set the pickup delay on the dummy item. And then I'm going to clear the player's hand. So let's summon a dummy item. Execute if items entity at S weapon main hand. So if they have something in their main hand, if they haven't, not much point doing it. In fact, what we should do is we should add another function to make this better, I think. Let's keep going like this. Star run summon an item a little bit in front of the player. In fact, actually, let's do a little bit to, maybe that's their left or their right, who knows, we'll find out. We'll do a little bit higher, up near their head, and we'll do it in front of them. And the item will have a pick up delay of 32767, so no one can pick it up. The item will be ID, I think we'll just use something like stone, it doesn't really matter. Stone. We'll give it a bit of motion as well. Motion, we'll have just a bit of up motion. 0.2 on the Y. A little bit of motion, and we'll give it a tag. Tags temp main hand. That'll do, because it's the item that's come from their main hand. Okay. That seems alright. In fact, I think we could probably test that. We've got something to test. Reload. Minion, you will require an item, so hold something. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, you dropped your stone. Nice, but stone has got a crazy pickup delay, hasn't it? Because that's what we gave it. Let's do Gil nearest type equals item. Okay, copy the data from the player's hand. Let's do execute run data modify, modify entity, the nearest type equals item, tag equals temp main hand, item set from entity at S, selected item, set it from the one they're holding, allow the item to be picked up, data merge entity nearest type equals item, tag equals temp main hand. Let's change its pickup delay to 0, so now it can be picked up, and let's clear the player's hand. Item replace entity at S weapon main hand with Minecraft air. Save. Well, that should work. Reload. Oh, and you dropped your sandstone there, Minion. Careful, careful. Oh, and again. Oh. Okay, so that's good. That seems to be working. What about doing the offhand as well? Get something in your offhand there, Minion. How do you do that? F. Okay, let's do offhand as well. Well, let's go back. Let's just copy all of that and go down here to offhand. So we don't want weapon main hand. This would be off. And let's just check stuff. Pick up delay. Yes, we'll just do stone again. Same motion. We'll change its tag. Why not? To offhand. Copy the data from offhand. 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 But we don't want the selected item this time. We'll have to check their inventory. Inventory. And we need the slot number. Oh. From entity at S inventory. Why are you unhappy? Unknown key inventory. That's because I've put dot. And slot number for the minus 106. Is that right? We'll find out. We'll find out if that's right, because I'm going to shoot Minion again, and if they drop Sandstone and Blackwall, cool. Oh, they sort of fell together though, didn't they? Minion, pick those up. It would be nicer if they were split apart. Okay, but that's because we used the same summon position here. So let's just do, okay. So that would be -2, and this one's going to be +2. So they should be separate a little bit now. Let's do that. Oh yeah, that's a bit better. Cool. Job done. Let's get rid of the hitboxes. There we are. So, firegod's idea, a taser where you can shoot people, and if they are currently holding items in their hands, they will drop them. They will get blindness, they will get nausea, and we've added a levitation as well, just for the effect. Come on. Such a low cooldown. Bye. Oh no, I forgot that's going to hurt you now. Oh no, you're in creative. You're alright, Minion. Don't worry, you're in creative. Anyway, enough waffling. I will see you later. Oh, well, I will mention, I think we could probably improve these little bits here. Have a play around. What we could do is factor this out into another function, instead of checking like this and like this. Because if you look here, we've got 2 checks for that entity there, and a check for that entity there. So what we could do is summon an item, and then summon that item and call a function as that item when we summon it. Bit of homework for you. Have a go, see what you come up with. But I'm going to leave it there for now. Take care, have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Minion, don't look so unhappy. You got to zap me with the zappy zaps. Yes. Bye-bye.